Every life is a story, even the ones we overlook. The quiet mornings, the late night doubts, the little choices that ripple into everything else. This is What If, a Revolution podcast that highlights ordinary lives that make up extraordinary stories. I am Diana, your host, and today we are remembering the meaning of the holidays. There is something strange about the holidays. We're told this is the season of joy, comfort, connection. Yet, for so many people, the strongest feeling is pressure. Pressure to buy, pressure to perform, pressure to recreate the glossy scenes we are fed in movies and commercials. But once you peel back the glitter and the expectations, you find the holidays were never built on perfection. They were built on tradition. Tradition is memory made physical. It is how families stay connected across generations, how cultures keep their identity alive, how communities remember who they are in a world that forgets fast. The holidays were never supposed to be perfect. They were supposed to be meaningful. And meaning doesn't come from aesthetics. It comes from the rituals we inherit and the rituals we choose to carry forward. So today, let's step outside the commercial script. Let's travel across cultures and faiths and continents. Let's remember what this season was really meant to honor: gathering, passing down, belonging. Let's begin with Christmas, a tradition celebrated in over 160 countries, in infinite variations. Christmas is global, not because everyone is Christian, but because its themes, light, renewal, gathering, speaks to something universal. In Latin America, Christmas tastes like pernil, tamales, hallacas, wrapped in kitchens filled with laughter. In Italy, the feast of the seven fishes, that's right, the seven fishes, you should watch the movie, creates beautiful chaos. In the Caribbean, parang bands fill the nights, sorrel chills in the fridge, and the black cake sits soaking in the rum. Music carries memories, villancicos, carols, simbang gabi hymns, and food carries ancestry. Recipes handed down like heirlooms. Even without religion, Christmas becomes a ritual of return. Now let's take a little trip and explore Hanukkah. 8 nights of endurance. In Judaism, Hanukkah tells a story of survival against the odds. Candles burning longer than they should have, potato latkes frying in oil, sufganiyot dusted in sugar, families gathering to retell a story older than any empire. It's not about gifts or consumerism, it's about identity. And let's not forget the beautiful Diwali holiday. Lights overcoming darkness. Diwali is a constellation on earth, Rangoli blooming at doorsteps, diyas glowing in windows, sweets like laddus and jalebi passed from house to house. Its renewal is spiritual and emotional. Let's talk about the Muslim traditions, meaning that moves with the moon. Islam follows the lunar calendar, so holidays shift each year. Some years they fall in December, other years they don't, but their meaning never changes. Mawlid al-Nabi, the Prophet Muhammad's birthday, sometimes lights up entire neighborhoods with palms, lights, and shared meals, from Morocco to Indonesia. The Islamic New Year occasionally falls in December too, a quiet, reflective observance focused on prayer and grounding. Ashura, which sometimes aligns in December, is a day of fasting, reflection, or mourning depending on the tradition. And even in years without a December observance, the season still brings together Muslim families around food, biryani, couscous, ma'amol, shir kurma, and music, from devotional nasheeds to West African drums. These holidays revolve around intention, generosity, discipline, and community, not consumption. Let's talk about Bodhi Day, which means awakening. In Buddhist homes, Bodhi Day commemorates the moment Siddhartha awakened beneath the Bodhi tree. Meditation replaces frenzy. Simple meals replace excess. It's a holiday built on clarity, not chaos. And let's not forget about the Sikh traditions, service as celebration. Gurpurab and Maghi come alive through hymns, processions, and langar, the massive community meal where everyone eats the same food, side by side, without hierarchy. Community isn't spoken, it is practiced. Let's not forget about the Indigenous winter ceremonies, some of the oldest traditions on earth. The Hopi Soyal ceremony welcomes the sun's return at the winter solstice. Indian communities weave together Catholic and Indigenous rituals honoring both the Nativity and the Pachamama. Nordic Yule brings evergreen trees, candles, and feasts, traditions older than modern Christmas itself. These rituals remind us that winter has always been a season of memory. And now, let's take a little trip to the celebration of the Lunar New Year, the world's largest annual celebration. In China, Vietnam, Korea, and across the diaspora, Lunar New Year gathers millions home. Dumplings for prosperity, noodles for long life, lanterns for blessings, fireworks to chase away the old year. It is a reset at the scale of civilization. And now we have Japan's Oshogatsu, which it's about intention at the start of the year. Shrines, fortune papers, Oseki Ryori, which is a sort of a bento box and a layered dish packed with symbolism. Bells ringing 108 times to cleanse the emotional weight of the past year. It's quiet, spiritual, purposeful. And here's the truth hidden in all of these celebrations across the globe. When you map these traditions side by side, Christian, Jewish, Muslim, Hindu, Buddhist, Sikh, Indigenous, East Asian, something becomes beautifully, undeniably clear. We have more in common than the world would like us to believe. Yes, the rituals look different. The foods taste different. The music sounds different. But underneath everything, the heartbeat is the same. Every family, everywhere, is trying to keep something alive. A recipe, a story, a melody, a prayer, a way of gathering, a piece of culture that forms the fabric of identity. Traditions are humanity's shared language, our way of saying to the future generations, don't forget who we were. This is your inheritance. When you zoom out far enough, the differences fade and the similarities glow, just like the candles that we light during the holidays. Humans everywhere are lighting candles, cooking heritage dishes, telling old stories, passing down culture in the only way culture has ever survived, one generation at a time. We are more connected than we are separate, more alike than we are different, more human than the headlines admit. So this holiday season, let the world spin in its usual direction, fast, loud, demanding, but let yourself choose something else. Pause. Honor what you carry. Honor what others carry. And remember that behind every tradition, yours, mine, anyone's, is the same human desire to keep something sacred alive. Holidays don't have to be perfect to matter. They just have to be real. Happy holidays, everyone. Until next time, keep exploring and celebrate who you are.